So what was done earlier, put the Tommy TP with the GoPro paperwork and the GoPro paperwork on the Tommy TP.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and it is episode 5 of the Road to Financial Freedom. We're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to talk about what is sales and get an overview of what sales really is and how that ascertains to becoming financially free. And then we're also going to talk about my progress so far so we can document it on this channel like we said we would from day one. So I'm just on my way to Curry's. Now if you're watching this, you probably saw the video yesterday, whereas we went to Curry's, we brought the GoPro, which I'm filming on now. This is the first test on the GoPro and the first 4K footage that's ever been uploaded onto the Fozzy DTE channel. So if that's not worth a subscribe, I don't know what is. Hit that icon right now, hit that subscribe, because I know you want to stay and I know you want to be here for the long run. I don't know, you want to be here. So I'm going to pick up some batteries because they didn't have it in stock at the time. So I'm going to get 2 Enduro lithium ion batteries with the battery charger as well. And that is going to allow us to move forward with everything we do. It's going to mean that if I go and climb a mountain, or I go on the beach, or I go to a different country and I don't have charging facilities, I'm going to be able to just keep swapping batteries. The last thing I need is a memory card. I still haven't got that yet, and a couple of subscriptions. But we've nearly spent the whole £1,000 and we've nearly got everything we need. We're about 750 something pound in, so we've got about 200 and something pound left, but we're rolling in the right direction and everything is moving the way we want it to move. Just excuse a sec, someone's just dying. Okay, so when asking myself that question, what is sales? That might seem like a really silly thing. Well, it's selling something, and to be honest, sales is a lot simpler than what people make it out to be. All your gurus and your sales advisors and everything else, they'll tell you that it's a million different things. It's building rapport, it's this, it's that, it's connection, it's NLP, it's getting on the customer's level, it's like mirroring. There's so much to it, and those things are relevant. But what sales is at its core is literally the transfer of value for money. This could essentially work in 2 sectors. So you got business to business and you got business to consumer. Now the benefit of selling to a business is you could probably sell 10 things for a higher markup and make the same money as you could sell 100 things or 1,000 things to a consumer. So businesses have more money to spend and they are willing to invest in themselves because the money they spend equals money in their pocket and in their bank account and increases their business. So if you can do something for a business which actually really benefits them, then at the end of the day they're going to pay for that, because if you can take 10 grand off a business but you're going to make them $1 million, that 10 grand is essentially it's just a business cost. It's just something that they can put against their tax return. So they're going to be praying for things like that to be able to improve their systems and improve their integral makeup and markup. You've then got sales to consumers, and sales to consumers is really good as well, but you've got to take into account that these are probably going to be paying less. Unless you've got a really good product or a really good service, they're probably going to be paying the lower end of the scale. You want to avoid, now this is something Alex Hormozi says, you want to avoid the mid-range. So you either want to sell a lot of things to poor people or a very few amount of things to really rich people, but you never want to be stuck in the trap of selling average things to average people, because that is where dreams go to die. And I like that analogy. So think about it. So if you're selling to a consumer, you've still got to provide value. This might be slightly less value than what you'd give to a business, but it'd be a hell of a lot of value. So there's 2 new books that I've brought, and one is $100 million offers by Alex Hormozi, and the other one is $100 million leads by Alex Hormozi. And this basically teaches you how to sell anything to anyone and create the best possible offer that you could ever create, and then how to do the warm outreach, cold outreach, and how to actually get it out to the people that you need to get it to. This is my next reading material. So I do want to read $1 Million Weekend as well, and I'm currently reading The Millionaire Fastlane. And just being able to take in this information from these people is proving to be invaluable. Like, I'm really, really enjoying that first book that I'm reading. I'm gutted that I haven't got time to just read it all day, every day. So we're thinking about value here. You've either got to solve a problem that they really hate really quickly, like that snap and it's done, or you've got to give them something they really like, and it's all about instant gratification. So if you can make someone happy like that and it can cost them a very small amount of money, this is where we're going to go on the consumer side of things. And I definitely want to be going towards consumers for some of this, and probably in the beginning as we build to go towards businesses, because you just have to think that consumers and businesses are completely different, and you do have to think about them differently as well. But I've got it in my mind that we need to be accessing both markets and basically appealing to them in different ways. Now you might be thinking, Fozzie mate, you normally sat behind a desk with a shirt on or your gym clothes or something on these financial videos. They're normally boring. You're normally sitting there just like, I get bored in 5 minutes, and to be honest, the video should have been shorter, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we get it, mate. Well, guess what? We're moving up in the world and we're taking over step by step, baby, because I am now recording on a brand new 5.3K GoPro Hero 13, which you might think isn't that much of a great camera, but I tell you what, it's a lot better than what I was doing before. So we've already gone from vlogging on a Samsung Galaxy S9 with like a 12 megapixel piece of crap camera to 5.3K, or at least as a minimum 4K, depending on the editing capabilities. I do actually want to document every part of what happens along my financial journey, and the only reason being is because I want to be able to look back and see every single minute step of the way that we followed to get where we wanted to get, which can only be a benefit to everyone, because then me and everybody else will be able to watch this back and be like, okay, if you want to get rich and you want to change your life and transform your life like Fozzie did, then what I'm going to do is to follow every single step that he took. So that's the specific reason why I'm documenting it. I am on my way to Curry's, the same goddamn route that we took yesterday, to be able to buy 2 lithium-ion enduro batteries and a charger. What's changed between now and the last Financial Freedom video, you might ask? Well, a hell of a lot, and I told you what I was going to do, and I want to be a kind of guy who does what he says he's going to do. Since I last saw you, I've registered a limited company on Companies House. I am now the director of my own company, and I'm also a business owner, and I also own a piece of business premises registered in London on Portland Street, just to make myself look more professional and to give my online business a platform and a place that looks professional online and looks professional on Companies House, which is good. We've also set up a business bank account. It's also put an immense amount of pressure on me, because now I'm paying for that service. It's only £10 a month, but I'm about £200 in the hole. So on the next episode, I'm hopefully going to get some whiteboards and actually break down the costs and what it's cost me so far, so we can keep a good track on when we're actually going to start making a profit. But we're about £200 in the hole, so that means I better start making money goddamn quick.
So whoever's done them earlier put the Tommy TP with the GoPro paperwork and the GoPro paperwork on the Tommy TP.
Oh, it's just walking out from the stuff.
So this is what I'm doing. But...
So...
Oh, these on the pay and collect as well?
Yeah, that means people aren't making paperwork.
Never.
Right.
Bloody hell. Oh, fuck's sake. How many times am I going to fall over? I think it's because I'm trying to look at the camera and look at you guys that I'm not looking at my feet, and I need to get used to that. And now that tells me why so many YouTubers that I watch just constantly fall over and over again. I'm understanding why. Believe it or not, I've had a problem in Curry's again. So once again, I've managed to leave with what I actually went for, but it just seems like a shit show in there. They put the GoPro paperwork on a Tommy Tippy bottle warmer, and the bottle warmer paperwork on the GoPro, which was pay in store when you get there. But I'd already paid for mine online. And then it's worked out that the card number was different because it was a virtual card number. It's a good job I bloody had my app and my Google Wallet. Tell you what, it's a mess. Like, the whole thing is a mess, the whole situation, every employee that works there, no one knows what they're doing, and I've just seen a repeat of that again. I think next time that we do something like this, we're going to put in the bid that we're going to buy it from somewhere else. You have to use like a legitimate retailer when you put in these bids, as far as I know anyway. If I brought it all cheap and then something went wrong, then we've wasted their money, haven't we? I don't even know what to say, to be honest, but we're just going to keep going and keep rolling. So just as a recap, we've registered the limited company. I'm not going to tell you what it's called just yet, but we will do soon, and it's available on Companies House anyway. So I am now the director of my own company, which is based in London on Portland Street, and I've also opened a business bank account. So the next natural steps is me to write a full PDF business plan. You might be thinking, Fozzie mate, you should have done that already, but I've video documented my business plan, and I've also had it like solidified in my mind for months and months and months now, probably since before this year. I had it solidified for exactly what I wanted to do, but what I actually need to do now is to put that in writing. I've also had a few people reaching out to me. Everyone wants to edit for me and make thumbnails and everything, so it's really good, but I want to be quite selective about the people that I work with, and I want to make sure that I'm building the right team. One video editor I've got on called Liam is brilliant. I'm really liking working with him so far. He's got good work ethic, does it for a reasonable price and everything else. And the video editing that he did on the previous video was absolutely great, and I was happy with it for what it was. A good place and a basis to build from. I've also had like loads of other people from all over the world contacting me, and it's just about getting it right with that and making sure that I'm building the right team of the right people that are going to do it for the right price and actually care about the content and are actually going to care about my vision for it all. For tonight, and for tonight only, we're going to solidify the business plan. We're going to put it into PDF form. We are going to make sure that the two videos, this one and the one before, is uploaded. So you've got this one today, and then the one that was yesterday is also going to get uploaded. It is already scheduled, but I've got to do a few other bits on there as well, just to make sure that it's all done and that we can actually like get some shorts. So I've had a few video editors contact me who primarily do shorts, and it seems like the going rate is about $12 a short. And these seem to be like people from India and places like that. So I don't mind working with people from India, as long as the quality's good and as long as they can take basic instructions and things like that. Not that they shouldn't be able to do that, but I think there's just some stereotypes that people are just trying to get money. But I don't subscribe to those stereotypes, don't get me wrong. It's just to make sure that I'm working with the right people. Then I've got to upload that business plan in PDF form to Revolut Business, so they can just make sure and they can confirm that they're happy to work with me, because they haven't even taken money from me yet. They're basically doing a screening process, which is one of the only companies I've ever seen screen you before you pay. They normally do it the other way around, which is good really. I think it should be absolutely fine. It's just the last thing I need to do is tell them my intentions for business, which is essentially the monetization of this channel, online courses, affiliate marketing, and just making money online in a passive way. I'm not trying to make passive income before I make active income. This is going to be 7 days a week every day. My 9 to 5 is to pay the bills, and my 6 to 12 is to build the empire. I'm going to be working every hour of every day that I'm not doing family time, and that is essentially how I'm going to get where I need to get. There's huge plans for this channel, and I tell you what, the Driven to Explore aspect that you haven't seen yet is well underway. We've got plans, like we've got massive plans. We're going to Snowdonia, we're going to Faro in Portugal, we're going to Lake Como, we're going to Thailand. We're going to travel the whole world on this channel, but I'm not going to be getting pissed up and making an idiot of myself. I might do that every once in a while, don't get me wrong. What I'm primarily going to be doing is working, making money and building relationships in these places, whilst also showing you the beautiful scenery and the beautiful things and the touristy things that there is to do. So we're going to see the world and make money at the same time. I've said this before on videos like this, but I've spent the last 10 years pissing my life up the wall. Now we can spend 10 dialed in, we can spend a year dialed in, we can spend 2 years dialed in. Like, I've not even thought about drinking for months now. We're heading in the right direction. Another thing I will say as well is I'm really glad that I just went and got those 2 batteries. Although it was $79.99, which to me feels expensive for 2 batteries. The one I'm on now, which is also an Enduro lithium-ion battery, is actually down to 53%. And it was fully charged, and I've been filming for, say, an hour. So that means if I've got 4 batteries, I'm going to get 8 hours of record time. The memory card I've got only takes just less than 3 hours, so I need to get at least a 256 or a 512 memory card and then build up to a 1 terabyte. Or I might just get the 1 terabyte straight away. I don't know, but I do know that I'm going to need a hell of a lot of memory and a hell of a lot of battery for everything that I've got planned. A funny thing is as well, I said yesterday that I'm probably going to feel stupid walking around the street with a GoPro, because I feel so stupid walking around with a phone. But I've got to say that walking around with this GoPro, I just feel way more natural, and I feel like I'm actually doing it more professionally. So it's giving me like more confidence, or maybe I'm just getting used to it and getting used to this whole vlogging thing. Today I've been walking past people, I've not been bothered what anybody thinks. I think it's just because I'm so dialed in on my goals and knowing exactly where I want to be and where I want to get to, that I just don't care what people think. Like, even if you know me, even if you knew me as a kid, like, I'm just going to walk past everyone. I'm going to walk through crowds, I'm going to walk into buildings and everything, and and as my confidence grows, I'm very, very confident that the content on this channel is going to get better as well. Now, I've only really been dialed into this project for about 5 weeks now, but let's just bear in mind that that's been 5 weeks every single day, probably to a 12 to an 18-hour work day every single day. And just what we've achieved in that time, to me, is just absolutely phenomenal. Like, we've achieved incredible things in 5 weeks. We've hit the gym nearly every day for those 5 weeks. We've probably done 30 days out of 38 days at the gym or something like that, or maybe a little bit less. I'm not sure on the exact numbers, but just working out like that is making my mind clearer, and it's making me know exactly what I want in life. We're just working for incredible things. I've got myself a new job. We've secured the funding grant. We've spent the funding grant. We've got better camera equipment. We've registered a limited company. I'm now the director of my own company. We're based in London. I've also set up a business bank account. We're also setting up a business plan. And there's just so much that I'm doing that is just incredible. It's just given me such a sense of fulfillment and a sense of achievement, as well as the fact that the job that I've got is actually helping people and is really well paid. And that's going to fund this, and it's also going to pay my bills and allow me to do amazing things with my family in the meantime. The natural next stage for me, as well as building the business, is just to actually go better places, show you amazing things, and just be able to show you great scenery and just have great content and actually plan it out a little bit more. And I think that's the next natural step. I think we need to get our ass to Snowdonia for the first Driven to Explore very, very soon. Maybe even in 2 weeks. Let's do it, man. I think I've always been that guy who just has so much to say, but everyone I try and reel these things off to, they don't listen to me, or I'm just not hanging around with the right people. So one thing I really, really love about this is just being able to speak to my kind of people, and the messages that I've been getting and everything from it has just been incredible. Look at that, the cutting room.